Drinking buddies, we started with 25 craft distilleries. We are now down to 4. What is the best craft distillery? Let's go.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies. So I took my favorite craft distilleries. I threw them into a tournament. We ended up with 12 winners. We did those 12 winners in 3 blind flights to come down to a final 4. And here we are. We are there. This is the final 4. My wife poured them for me double blind, so I don't even know what's left, except I think this is the Adventurous Stills Peralta Bourbon Cask Strength. Other than that, I don't know. Well, drinking buddies, let's dive in. Now, I remember just loving this nose. Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. It's bright and fresh and citrusy. Honey. Very little oak on here, but no like off-putting young grain things. That is just a stupid good pour. I really, really like that. I think that could be hard to beat. That could win the whole darn thing. I'm not sure. I really don't know, but I suspect this could be a rye because I get a nice, maybe this is that freaking single malt. Maybe this is that, I don't know. I legitimately have no idea what this is, but I do really dig it. For a craft whiskey, there's not much craft going on here, so none of those like younger grain flavors. Really just complex, nice pour. That for me is really giving me notes of lemon zest and honey and subtle oak. I think that could be single malt. I think just off the nose. This nose is fantastic. It's mesquite and hickory, little cola thing, cherry cola. I just really dig this nose. That is just good. That's just good whiskey. It's definitely craft forward, so you got some young grain things going on here. There's a little bit of that barnyard quality that I talk about with younger whiskeys that I'm often not a fan of, but I think this has enough proof and it has enough other things going on that it just makes up for that, and it kind of just layers that in as an extra flavor and it doesn't take over. That's really good. I just dig it. I dig that. Now, this is the one that I was saying was really bright and citrusy. Subtle oak. Brown sugar. That is just so good. This is going to be really hard to choose, drinking buddies. I am struggling. Glass. When I've been doing these things where it's been like 2 months in the making, it's kind of bittersweet to take that final sip of this tournament. Well, the final. I'm going to sip them again, but you know, final blind of the tournament. Yeah, this is just hickory and mesquite, oak. Honestly, it's very oak forward. It's dark chocolate, it's chili, it's barrel barrel char, it's bourbon vanilla, it's brown sugar, it's caramel, it's wonderful. It's just okay. Let me explain my struggle bus here. So this was an extremely limited whiskey that they might not ever do again. It was an accident that it was aged this long in the hottest part of the warehouse in Phoenix for over 5 years. I think this is the Adventurous Stills Peralta Bourbon Cask Strength, and picking it just kind of seems cheap because it'll never happen again. But it was so good. It was so good. So anyway, if that's this, if I'm often wrong, so it might not even be that. Freaking delicious. All right, I'm gonna go through these again. I will tell you which one is my favorite when I come back. I'm leaning towards these two, with this one in a close third and this one kind of at a distant fourth. Let's go. All right, drinking buddies. So I'm back and I am going in a direction that I didn't think I would go in. Actually, going into the final round, I thought the fourth one was gonna be my favorite. But after much deliberation and much going back and forth between these two, the cherry cola note on this whiskey, I'm just vibing with so much. And I just feel like it might be the closest thing that I've ever had to a Stag Junior that's not Stag Junior. So whatever's in this glass, if you like Stag Junior, you're gonna vibe with this. It's just Stag Junior with some like craft funk to it. That's the winner. This is the winner, and the runner-up is the last glass. Which, in this round, we've gone through 25 distilleries, 25 craft distilleries. To be second, and to be third, and to be fourth, something to be proud of. So there is no knock on anything up here. This is praise all around, because everything that the 25 distilleries in this tournament are delivering is great. I'm really thankful for everything they're doing. Some of the eliminated distilleries in the first round, people like Frey Ranch, like their single barrels blow me away. So there's no bad whiskeys in this tournament. So congratulations to everyone who made it into the tournament. Congratulations to everyone who moved on to the second and third rounds, whatever. These are just my top four. I'm gonna grab my wife and I'm gonna have her tell me what's what. All right, so this was my least favorite. It's really good, whatever it is, but it came in last in this round.
Okay, that's number 2.
2.
So that is Belfour Bourbon Whiskey finished with Texas pecan wood. Wow,
I'm actually very surprised by that. I went back and forth whether or not this could be a rye or a single malt, which shows that double blinds are hard. But this, it just delivers. 92 proof. It delivers with so much flavor that you would expect it to be higher proof. 10.
10 is dun dun dun.
My
Corbin Cash single barrel.
Cool. Oh yeah, this Corbin Cash really delivered. It's a 6-year single barrel, 129 proof. That was the third favorite. My second favorite was the last glass, which I think is the Adventurous Stills.
It was actually...
You're kidding me.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It absolutely was Adventurous Stills.
I know. I was like, there's no way I'm this bad at this. I knew it was the Adventurous Stills the second I sniffed it, which is the unfortunate thing about this. You know, I'm going to know certain things, but I just didn't let that affect it. I didn't pick it as my favorite purely because the cherry cola note on this one is just blowing me away. I love it. My favorite was whatever is in glass. Is this 5? 5?
Glass 5, yes.
And I think this is the Garrison Brothers.
Sorry, I was getting distracted there, child. Number 5 is Journeyman Distillery, Corsets, Whips, and Whiskey.
Yeah. I knew it was one of the really funky ones, one of the weird ones. So that's why I leaned into it might be Garrison Brothers, but I love Corset Whips and Whiskey. This was Fred Minnick's, Whiskey of the Year, I think last year. This is one that when we were doing the initial tastings, I was getting ready to, pour this. This is one that I thought could win the whole thing or maybe even get booted out in the first round because it is a very weird whiskey. It is a very unique pour. Really fun stuff. Well, drinking buddies, this was my craft whiskey tournament. Journeyman Corsets, Whips, and Whiskeys comes out on top. Oh, by the way, let's throw this out there. Why is it called Corsets, Whips, and Whiskey? Well, apparently it's made in an old corset factory. So that's why. They bought an old corset factory. So that's why it's called that. I thought that was a weird name for a whiskey. Well, it's good to know that there's a reason. Anyway, drinking buddies, I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for liking each video. Every time you guys subscribe to the channel, you're making this possible. I couldn't do this without you. And there's a link in the description to become a channel member if that's something you're interested in. We have a great community down there, and it's just we have a lot of fun with each other. Do a monthly giveaway over there as well. Cheers, drinking buddies. Thanks for watching.
I'm your drinking buddy.